Good morning, YouTube, Twitter, Gab, Facebook, Minds, BitChute, and anywhere else this video might appear. It's BirdoPrey5, and I'm back with some exciting news on Dissenter, and also a great trick you can use to find more Dissenter comments. Please, if you haven't already done so, if you don't have Dissenter installed, see my previous video, be linked in the description, on how to set up and install Dissenter, and then see my video on 10 great websites to use Dissenter on. This assumes you've already set up and ready to go, so let's just get into it. And we're going to start with the easiest thing I'm going to show you today, and that's just how to load more comments. And so we're going to start on the Rotten Tomatoes Captain Marvel page, which I have to laugh because when I first brought this window up maybe a half hour ago before this video in preparation, the audience score was in the 30s, and it is now at 52%, only 27,000 and change user ratings, cut by at least half. I'd be laughing or crying, except that we now have Dissenter. So you know what, Rotten Tomatoes, keep your score. We don't need it. We have our own way to keep reviews. So you've already got Dissenter installed because you've seen my earlier videos, so that's terrific. Come here, you click on your Dissenter icon on your toolbar. Over 4,000 comments have been left already on this movie, so that is terrific. But the problem always has been, and you already know what top, controversial, and latest are because you saw my earlier videos, but the problem was Dissenter only loaded a handful of comments, maybe 15, maybe 20, I honestly didn't count, maybe 10, I don't know, before there was no other way to see the older comments, which was kind of annoying. But I knew they were working on it because they are not idiots, and my faith was upheld this morning when I saw a comment on my previous video that they did in fact add the new feature, and it's right here. It could not be more easy. Simply go to the end of the comments, click load more comments, and yes, you get more comments. Click it again, you get more comments. Click it again, you get more comments. You see where I'm going. I'll be honest, I spent more time than I want to admit just clicking more comments to see if there was indeed any limit as to how many more comments you could load, and through very unscientific methods I must conclude there is no limit. It just goes on until you're tired of reading comments. You will get tired before the comments stop. So that was the easy part of today's video. The next part is a little bit harder, and I'm going to call it Dissenter Advanced, perhaps. I don't want to scare people away. And the next thing, and again, I am sure the developers of Dissenter are working on this, but it has not been fixed yet, and it is the biggest flaw in the Dissenter system, but it is easily overcome if you know what you're doing. And that is the fact that the URL, and this, if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's what I just highlighted in the web browser. The URL is this long thing, and it changes, and different URLs can show the same content, and for various reasons, legitimate reasons. Now, the Washington Post on purpose started changing URLs just to stop Dissenter, but the Dissenter people got on top of that real quick. Unfortunately, every website is kind of like the Washington Post in that there can be multiple URLs for the same content, and unfortunately, if the URLs don't match perfectly right now, you will not see the other comments. Like on this was my previous videos, 10 websites to dissent on. I followed this link from within YouTube, and I've got this long, ugly URL. And if I click on the Dissenter, 0 comments. I was like, wow, nobody left any comments on my video. But wait, I checked the URL, and it is this ungodly mess. And I don't expect you to memorize this for every website, but for YouTube and YouTube alone, the only important part we want is this. The part that says /watch V as in Victor equals, and then letters, numbers, hyphens, and underscores everything up until the ampersand. Okay? The ampersand starts what we don't want. So we're literally just going to start at this ampersand, highlight everything, hit delete or backspace in our browser, hit enter, and it reloads the page. YouTube. And there it is, the beginning of my video. And this is a nice clean YouTube URL. Now, Dissenter people, if you're listening, I assume you know what you're doing. As an amateur programmer myself, I would suspect you are already getting categories of websites that have special parameters such as YouTube, and you will start listing that the only parameter you care about on YouTube is the V equal parameter, the V parameter, which is the watch parameter, and you will start having Dissenter show up comments based on only the important parameters and not the entire URL. But just to be clear, I erased all that other nasty stuff, and now when I go to Dissenter, 12 comments on my video, and most of them are very positive. In fact, even the negative ones were constructive criticism. So you know what? I thank everybody who left a comment on this video. But yes, that is the biggest problem with Dissenter right now. Now that they fixed the comments, the biggest problem is that different URLs can hide comments. And here's just a few more examples. Okay, now this is a second YouTube. This is what happens to a URL if you come to YouTube following a tweet. Okay, I followed it from a tweet or from another website. If you click on the YouTube title, you're going to get another. It's not as ugly looking as before, but it does have time continue equal in it instead of stuff after. Now again, remember, the only important part we want is this V equals. So this one is a little harder because there's no, the ampersand isn't after this, it's before it. So in this case, we're going to start at the ampersand and go backwards all the way to the question mark, but not the question mark. We're going to delete everything starting with the ampersand to the left and stopping right before the question mark. We're going to hit delete. So again, we are going to have watch question mark V as in Victor equal, and again this is going to be letters, numbers, underscores, and or hyphens, and then you hit enter, and then that reloads the video, and this is the clean YouTube URL. And yes, unfortunately I don't have an example, but it might even be worse. You might have times where there are things before the V and after the V, and you might want to delete them both. Those are very, very rare, but it could happen. Just a heads up. Now the thing is, it's not just YouTube, though YouTube is probably the most popular site where this will happen. For example, though, I did follow this link from Twitter to this breaking news from ABC News, and when I went to their site, there's actually one comment at this URL, but look at this URL. It is, I mean, you can kind of see what's important, and if there's an ID number, often that is important. But here, this problem, and I know you If you don't know what you're doing, there's not much you can do about this now. This is really the Dissenter people have to fix this. But if you have some idea of what you're doing, again, I'm going to delete from the ampersand to the end. We're going to keep only the first parameter, which here is just the ID number, and that corresponds to this story. I'm going to hit enter, and it reloads, the page reloads, and we're going to go back to Dissenter, and lo and behold, 3 comments instead of just 1, and worse, well, good, I guess, that 1 comment is here. I don't know if he left it twice. Now you've got 3 comments instead of 1, so, you know, you would be missing comments if you didn't know how to do this. And I know it's difficult. If you have questions, ask in the comments. I'll do my best to help. I am sure, as again, the Dissenter people are working on fixes for this, and I would expect in upcoming weeks you won't have to worry about this. But the big thanks to the people at Dissenter for the loading comments option. It definitely makes life a lot easier on crazy pages with thousands and hundreds of comments. So enjoy. And again, if you do not yet have Dissenter, see my previous videos. They'll be in the descriptions. But really quick, you need a Gab account. So you go to gab.com, you sign up for a Gab account, and then you go to, I don't know what I clicked on, and then you go to Dissenter.com and you link your Gab account, you download the browser plugin, and you're all set. But again, I have videos on how to do this. So thank you and enjoy. I will see you on Dissenter and Gab. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. If you want to visit me, check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. And if you're really crazy, you can send me some money on PayPal. Take care.